star say, JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. What you talking at the day? At the night part. JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. JASL, JASL, JASL off the dog. What you talking at the day? At the night part.
All right, good night, ladies and gentlemen, married and single people. Thanks for tuning in to JASL After Dark. I'm your host, Calvin, and we are back live at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Now, we are brought to you by Jamaica Aid Support for Life, and you can also watch and listen to the show on JASL's Instagram page at JASL Info or on Facebook at Jamaica Aid Support for Life. Or you can stay right here on the Bridge 99 FM. I have with me my co-host, Sade.
Hey, my love. How are you?
I'm
Good
great.
night, everyone. I'm your girl, Sade from Fetish Secrets. So what's up, Calvin?
Well, I really want to get into tonight's show. You know.
Oh, me too. Me too. Like it's steamy
Yeah.
and it shall be stimulating. So this evening we will be exploring the topic. You are just not my type. So to share in tonight's discussion, we have a few young and vibrant people. Joining our health promotion specialist, Mr. Chad Morgan, tourism agent, Nasisha Gardner, and dancer/artist, Akeem Hilton, a.k.a. Chinaman. So they're going to be here for the entire night while we discuss the topic, You Are Just Not My Type. But before we get into that, it's time for Hot Pot.
Want to see what in the hot pot tonight?
Me, I'm excited. Hot Pot.
Hungry. I'ma want something juicy for eat. Away in the pot.
It's time for Hot Pot.
Hot Pot.
Hot Pot. Hot Pot.
No, sir. This catching act.
Hot Pot.
All right, so there are always some topics that are interesting and somewhat controversial. So each week we dip into our hot pot for a topic to discuss. So here goes Nasisha. Can you dip into that for me?
Sure.
We're gonna need the next hand. It tight.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to.
But remind
Yeah.
me of certain things. So I just open
Yes,
it
and
up.
read it for
Yes,
me.
and let's hear what the topic is.
One of my favorite things. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm an expert at this.
Wow.
Friends with benefits.
Oh.
Is it okay to have a friend that you have sex with, but you don't want a relationship with?
Whew, I told you,
Yes.
steamy and stimulating convo tonight. So, let's talk. What do you have to say about this? I want to hear y'all views. Friends with benefits. Is it okay to have a friend that you just have sex with, but do not want to be in a relationship with? What are your thoughts on this? Chad?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe you can have friends with benefits, and it's okay if you're not interested in a relationship now, or you're not interested in a relationship with the person, but you have good sexual chemistry and you want to have sex and enjoy yourself. Why not go for it and enjoy yourself?
Okay. How about you,
Friend and friend boil
Nasisha?
good soup.
Good
Friend and friend. Who knows you like your friend? You have the best of both worlds. Once you're both mature adults, and you know you can trust your friend. Your friend is responsible. You kind of know your friend business. You know you can trust them. So friend and friend, boy, friend and friend, nice.
Shadi, what you say?
Bad.
You don't have to come to me. Friends with benefits. It's a must. It's definitely a must. I do have a problem with that. As long as both parties involved, them know that it can be morally and emotionally problematic at some point. As long as you know communicate and know the boundaries, of course, fine. But you know, my problem is always what happens if it gets more than that. Like, do we always just stick to the rules and say no? Listen, this is it. Because what if my emotions get involved? But personally, I don't have a problem. Like, I can definitely have sex with somebody and know that you are just my friend. I'm just not emotionally connected to you. It's just sex, yeah, sex nice, and that's it, and that's all I want, and I move on. How about you?
Yes, everything. Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes that friend will benefit at the best sex, you know, because you have that close relationship with them. You can talk to them, you can rap with them, all of that. You're good with them, and you know, have that sexual chemistry, so it work out. And as you said, the communication. So if you both know what you're working with and what you want here, then it really works out. It only gets complicated if someone decides that, hey, I want more. That's
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, if your friend with benefits want more, how you deal with that situation? How you navigate all of that?
So I'm a little straightforward.
Right.
So
Say
at the
have
jump,
feelings.
at the jump, I gotta say if it's the person who said they want more and I'm not interested in more than likely I gonna stop have sex because clearly it's gonna cause if you want continue and go further and that just not gonna work if it's me who want more now. Of course, I'm gonna tell you, but if you're open to continuing, fine, because I know myself, I'm gonna say, okay, I still sex. But if you get too much from me, I'm gonna also pull away from the situation.
Yeah. How about you, Miss Garda?
Boy, that reached my one time, and I have to just breeze my friend for a little bit until...
Because you didn't want that, right?
I didn't want that. I
Okay.
was not interested in anything but the goods, right? So it was a difficult conversation to have because, you have an emotional connection to your friends of sorts, right?
Yes.
You share a kind of relationship and a bond. So it was hard. But, after I just breeze my friend for a while, let me get the intern. We're friends still. To this day, we're still friends.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Calvin, what would you do if it gets more than that? Like, how do you navigate that?
If it gets more than that, I mean, it's difficult sometimes because, okay, I have a close relationship with this person. I don't want to lose that friend. But if I genuinely don't want more, this is what we signed up for. We decided that we just need to do the things. So it's a difficult conversation, and I mean, you have to let off the person easy.
It's the hard talk.
You did the things too good.
The hard
Why do we
talk.
think
Me don't still play along. Me don't say, all right.
No, you can't play
No,
that.
okay, that's a problem.
No, but there must be something why I'm so sexually connected with this person. Like,
sex.
me just sex alone, nothing else to it.
yes, the sex.
so?
It's sweet and understand.
Me not like you tonight. But you don't have no form of emotion. You don't think about people's feelings.
Yeah, and that's why we have to
So
let
that's
them
why I
off
meant for
easy.
breeze the friend.
Me can't do that. Me I gotta just fake it.
No.
But you fake it, you're gonna lead them on and
Make
them
it
are gonna
worse.
want more.
Make me lead the man. I'm a friend. We can work it out. We will work it out. I'm good with that. No, we work it
A
out.
question I have though.
Yes.
You have a friend with benefits. You guys are not in a relationship. How much should you communicate? Because sometimes people them start feel like say, oh, them a ask certain questions, them a pass certain boundaries. Remember, we're still not there, we just do the things.
I mean,
So
we're still
how-
a friend though.
Yes, but does the frequency of how you communicate increase because you guys are now sleeping together?
I mean, it depends on the type of friendship. It depends
Yeah.
on the type of friendship and the level of friendship that I have here. Because everybody have different friends for different reasons, no matter what. Not just the sex alone, but, if you look aside the sex, it can be like, say somebody who I'm a trust, somebody who I'm loyal to me, will go through so much and whatever. Probably, if it's a case like that, then I communicate with you. I tell you every little thing. You know what's happening when I go at my likes, my dislikes, what take place. My darkest secrets them and all these things. The problem is when you're going to use against me now. Because I take it from a friend and then you start sleep now, you start smell yourself and start get out tired with me. And that's
your
the
place,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem going to come in. But it depends on the level of friendship. Yeah, I can tell my friend everything and communicate with that person. What do you think?
Yeah, and friends with benefit don't necessarily have to be your closest friend or your bestest friend. So it must be somebody who gonna tell everything like you'd have
Yeah.
said. But also the question that you ask, I know a lot of people say them have friends with benefit, but a kind of relationship them want.
Yeah.
So them use that as an escape. So but I never tell you say with this, so I have to communicate with it this much. So I think it's like kind of like a thing for hide
It's
behind
like
things.
you said everything else that's a part of a relationship.
Exactly, but then
you
say,
don't
oh,
say it is a
well,
relationship.
and then use friends with benefits
I
for
remember-
cover.
Yeah.
That's just being sneaky.
Which is common.
And I love that.
I love that.
I love that.
All right, well, there it is. Friends with benefits can happen.
I remember one time, a young lady, she messaged me. She's like, "Where were you last night?" Right?
Your friend with benefits?
Yeah.
That's a valid
Well, I
question,
know.
though.
Is it?
Did she need your services at that time?
But well, I know. I see the message, but never open it, And then it's like she came to herself and she's like, "No, you're not my man." Then she said, that's a girlfriend-esque question, and
Makes sense.
yeah, she said, so,
Retract.
Yeah, you see, you have to know your
Yeah.
place.
You have to.
Definitely.
You have to know your place, Calvin. You have to know your place.
You know my place. And she
I just
know-
respond with
But
a
me never
smiley
get that
face.
yet. My friends with benefits never give me that yet. We talk to everybody right through. and we know what's happening right through.
Exactly.
For the most part.
The communication lines are, because you normally talk to your friend a lot, right? So I can, because we start at the benefits to the friendship now. You start move away, you start move different. If we used to talk all the time, and she usually could have messaged and say, "Hey friend, where you there?" So why she can't message and ask her where they know?
Not that overnight. That wasn't the thing.
Maybe she didn't need a service.
My question is, have you ever lost a good friend because you guys became friends with benefits and then it broke up?
Yes.
Never.
Chad look like you have a story and a half.
And the people I'm ready. But I do.
Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight.
I do. I have had that experience actually. Yeah. So, and it was a situation where the person actually wanted more and I wasn't able to give more.
Yeah.
And then it just dwindled down. And
You're
then
emotionally unavailable?
No, I was unavailable completely.
Wow.
I was only sexually available. So yeah, it just never worked out. We're no longer friends. But yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Nasisha?
Yeah, that's happened before, but that's the minority of my experience. That only happened with one person, and it's been a lot more than one person. So,
Jesus.
let's not dwell on what didn't go right.
Right.
Let's focus on what went right, and
Right.
it normally goes right. It normally works for me. So
How do you make it go right? What kind of tips if me
It
want to
depend-
try this out and make sure it works?
it just depends on the person and the organic connection that you naturally have. For the one where it didn't work out, the person didn't know how to be an adult and communicate their feelings, so they started to act weird. And if we're friends all this time and we never have weird energy until we do the things them, and when I bring it up to you, say, why you being weird? You're like, I'm not being weird. It's just I grow up. So me
Yeah.
couldn't deal with that. But in all the other situations, that didn't happen. So
Okay. Fair enough. You
Chad,
can work with that.
What say you? How do you make it work?
I believe if people are mature, goes back to her message. If people are mature, then it's easy. Some of the things you guys were saying earlier around communicating these things are difficult. I find talk around sex and sexuality very easy. Always go communicate what I feel, what I want from you. What I want is the relationship or the friendship or situationship. So it's really the other person, how them take it, or sometimes maybe how I present it, but I can tell you. So it's just communicating.
So it's just communicating.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you that was a spicy intro tonight. So what we want our viewers and our listeners to know that your sexual choices, those are yours. Those are exclusively yours. If you decide that you want to have a friend with benefit, if you want to have a committed relationship, it's up to you. But what's important is that you're always keeping yourself protected, getting tested for HIV and syphilis at JASL, and using a condom to protect yourself. So, that's why these spicy conversations are so interesting. And, this is JASL After Dark. We are heading to a break, so we'll be right back.
What Blackstar said, Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. What you on talking at the day? At the night part. Jostle, jostle, jostle after dark. Jostle, jostle.
If you're just joining us, you are listening to JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica AIDS Support for Life on the Bridge 99 FM. Reminding you the best gift is a gift to yourself, that is taking care of your health and ensuring that you know your status. You can contact the Jamaica AIDS Support for Life to get tested for HIV and syphilis, or if you're living with HIV, to start treatment.
All right. So thank you for tuning in. If you are just joining us, yes, JASL After Dark, and we are having an interesting conversation. So we during the break, we were joined by dancer and artist Hakeem Hilton. But we know say you not go by your government name.
No,
Chinaman. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Yeah.
A
So
pleasure
you'll
to
be
be
a
here.
part of the conversation tonight, and we are still here with health promotion specialist Chad Morgan and tourism agent Miss Nasisha Gordon.
Gardner?
right?
Yes.
Yes. So let's get into conversation. Yeah, we want to know. So we're going right into it. What do you look for in a partner? In other words, what's your type? Chad, you look like you're eager to go.
No, not really, but
Well, we'll have our guest that just joined us.
Yeah.
Can go first.
Well, in a partner, I'm looking for a female where I go. They're there for me and show me the ropes to life. Because you're never too big for learning, you understand?
Facts.
Plus, a female where I go ride with me, forever. If I she me say, till we day away, you know, till death do us part. That may be them female let me believe in loyalty, you know, commitment.
Right
yeah.
or die.
Yeah, the female.
Okay.
So
All right. What about you, Chad?
It feel like a first date question. So I look for somebody that first of all mechanic with. Image is everything as well. So the first time I look good. I can't do ugly person.
Lookable. You have to look bad. Not too hard for look bad.
So that's a one. But also educated, driven, and somebody will understand me and I go ensure to them help to support me while I support them in terms of everything essentially. Just ensuring that my well-being, I'm happy. I'm good on my own. I'm good on my own. So somebody will come into my life must be somebody who will amplify that. So somebody will understand that and know and say they not come to drain my energy and my time and them somebody. Yeah, just somebody will understand those things about me.
Okay, Miss Gardner.
Yeah, what do you look for? Let me see if I can find that in myself.
Tall, dark. Okay, but seriously, kind, thoughtful. I like my, what do you call them? Love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service and gifts. So I like people who are really kind and thoughtful. Somebody who, you know, my head hurt me and Feme head hurt him because my head hurt me.
When you say kind and thoughtful, you look like a money man.
Well, you know, it not to be a money.
Your
it
love
not have to
language
be
that
a-
gives someone know.
Yeah, but not all gifts cost a lot of money. You have some gifts that are sentimental and they're not there's not a dollar value attached to them.
Okay.
I just like people who think about me. So I pass this and I think you'd like it. This is your favorite kind of chicken. I'm a carry it home for you. Them sort of
Okay, all right.
thoughtfulness and kindness.
Yes. Gifts that show he knows you.
He knows
Admiration.
me and he appreciates me. I like to feel appreciated because I'm a very generous person, a very generous lover, partner, friend, and I like, what's that word that Lauren Hill taught us? Reciprocity.
Yes.
Yeah,
in my
sure.
relationships. Yes.
Okay.
You mentioned
Pretty
love
much what
languages,
everybody wants.
right? And that's one of the things. It's always good to know love languages, how you want to be loved, right? And it turns out that's also how we most times are not show love. So my question, Chad, you know what your love language is?
Yes. So my primary love language is like gifts. I like to get
So everybody else just love
Acts
the
of
gifts.
service.
No,
Not me.
true. I mean, I
Like,
go pretend.
you didn't ask me.
Yeah,
not me.
I'm not gonna pretend.
Yeah.
I like gifts. I like to get gifts, and I don't mind giving them. So that are the first one. But I also like the affirmation and acts of service as well. But gifts definitely. If you want like make my day, yeah, one gift.
You love things.
Of course.
Cinnamon, how about you? What is your love language? You know your love language?
No, you know, really, if I sit on my chain, I can't see, you know.
What upon it? Me
No
can't see.
love.
No love?
No love. Love kind of weird to me,
Love
like.
weird.
Yeah,
Explain.
like for,
But oh, you want a ride or die?
yeah, but at the
And-
same time,
Are you not gonna love her?
come on, them sugar love my back.
Alright.
Them female nowadays, them kind of weird, you know. Them, you tell them say you love them and them start mess up, you know. But you still have female out the way, I ride or die, or all of that. But I do love, but me not too dwell in it for how long, you know. At
Okay.
time I'm just there and then I just tip off, you know.
Yeah.
And I time.
I love that. Then
But at the point when you dwell in it
Yeah, the
and
time
you
we dwell in
find
it, yeah.
somebody, all right, let's talk on the aspect that you find that one be there and you know, say, she this, you love
Yeah.
everything about her, you feel you're compatible with her, and you know, say, I'm a ride of this.
Yeah, I tell her the love line them, man, you know.
All right, so what your love language when you come on to her, like, you know, words of affirmation, or you like your female react to you and treat you,
With
what you
respect,
like.
you know, and when I'm a birthday, she do the right thing. When I feel birthday, I do the right thing, you know.
Oh,
Gifts.
okay.
You know, go
Energy
find some
supposed
local-
to match.
Yeah, go find some look a nice date one at a time. Although far from some place, so like nice things, I understand.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, so that type of female, that type of love there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like that. Calvin?
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a quality time and physical touch kind of person. So, you know, the cuddling and the hugging, the kissing, and me that. Anybody can relate? Anybody likes
That's
that? as
actually
well?
our next question.
Me that
you
man.
like cuddling and kissing and all these things.
Yeah, man.
So he's a lover man. Them have
Those
one
two
song
man like-
there, you know. Where line go?
I'm still up a man.
No, remember me artist, you know, so. When me forward and say, she said she like me because me I don't mind, yeah.
Yeah.
She get it anytime she say when she want it. So you know what time it is when the clock strike 12 and the door them lock. Pan and knock, you understand? Love. You understand?
Love.
Different, man. Yeah.
Nasisha, what about you?
What was the question?
You know, do you
Do you like to be cuddled, hugged?
Yes, you
kissed?
come fight everybody want cuddle me. Boy, I'm tired of cuddle. Like sometime as a teddy bear, I'm tired at time hot, I'm not AC. But yeah, people love cuddle me, but I don't really love it.
What about the kissing part? You have some persons who are deep kissers who close their eyes and, you know, even exchange
I like to kiss when I'm in love. Yes, when I'm in love, kiss all day.
What about you,
But if I'm not
Chinaman?
in love, no.
in love.
If you kiss me, if I'm not loving, I kiss me.
No, you know, I'm not gonna tell a lie still. If I'm love the female, man, you know. I grab her in her throat, man, you know.
Intimate kissing, the rough.
Proper way, man. I should
Uh-huh.
feel it, man, when I time, man.
Will you exchange saliva with her? Stick your tongue in a fair mouth and twirl
No,
it?
no. No.
Okay.
No, tongue in her mouth, no twirl it.
Oh.
I like that. No, I'm not gonna deal with that part still, I understand. But me kiss my female, man. I mean, if I'm a she, me say, and she say me then. You
That
know?
is it.
Yeah, but when I kissing in public still, don't do that, baby girl.
Ooh, that's
Me
actually
took
our
time
next
in
thing,
public.
because that's what I want to know, like how you feel about PDA, which is, you know, public display of affection.
Well, I'm kind of afraid of the public, because you're in a public with a female and you don't know what she did do before, you know? So you want kind of shut up certain things when you come onto the public, you don't want to hold on. Yeah, I hold her in about not for too long, you know? Cut it short.
Got the chat.
Yeah, because you can't trust them female, you understand?
That's just so.
No,
I
me don't
try-
understand.
No,
I
me-
don't understand. Listen, I plead the fifth. I don't understand.
Me I
Wait,
talk based off
uh-huh.
of experience where
Yeah.
there's a lot of things I've seen, you know, as a man, as a youth growing up, what female do.
You
understand?
Me want get tonight.
And every female I same thing, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I'm not judge them, I'm not judgmental, but we just try to stay up on a level of boundary, you know, so certain things can't reach me as a man.
So we don't want to hold our hand. Like, I just want to know.
No, I'm hold
like,
her hand, but not for too long.
Okay, but why you don't hold it for too long? I want to
Because-
know.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hold it for like 1 minute.
Yeah.
You see, next minute, me I do something different. Is it a
Yeah,
man the road
okay.
or me I say something to her, I always just correspond with her, you get me? At all times, so you feel like so we're outside. But inside in my head, we're not outside. You see me?
Yeah.
Let's show me about your whole even female and
Understand.
friends and things. So we kind of just,
And you see certain things, so you know
yeah,
that reach.
female
But
different.
you
yeah.
do PDA, but just not for long.
Not for long.
Chad,
Okay.
what about you? What are your thoughts on PDA?
I'm for it.
Yeah.
But I'm also conscious of the same thing. So yeah, I'm for it. But just generally brave anyway. So I know say something might have happened or some people might see or say something or them know about something me don't know. Because that's the only thing that people worry about in public. So them don't want out and say, oh, you don't say that person there, I know say that person, I'm used to talk to that person there too. I know say them you just did this, so I'm going to see you with them now. So those kind of things you think about the back of your head. But again, I'm brave, so yeah, I don't really care. I'll do it nonetheless.
What about you, Nasisha?
Brave, bad girl, never born for be secret. So, if you have a reason to hide, don't go with me because I'm going to hug you and kiss you
Yeah.
and touch you and love upon you in the public eye.
Yes. I saw it forgot. Me agree with you. Me not borrow you.
Out and
me not
bad.
thief you. Me not borrow you from
No,
somebody.
I'll
that
lift my
you're aware
barrier
of.
for hug me up outside road. You're crazy. I'll lift my barrier for hug me up outside road.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It depends on the boundaries. I always go to boundaries and respecting each other's space. So you say if we communicate what we're doing, if public affection is a part of it, well, fine. If it's not a part of it, please do not talk to me. Don't hold my hand. Don't do nothing.
talk to me.
we talked about this. So
Right
don't
there,
come
right
now
there.
in public and feel like you're going to otherwise. Come, I go shame you.
You know, you're like,
If we don't have no boundaries, you know, it's what it is, of course. Listen, I can be real dirty, not just in the bedroom, but I'm going to do it to you in public. Because, you know, who you get involved with, you know, so I don't have a problem. From we know what we're doing before we go out in a public, fine.
You say a word I'm like a while ago, you know?
Dirty.
Yeah.
Now you can fire.
One at a time,
Since
you
you're
know?
on dirty, I'm attacking you. Does sex play a role in deciding if someone is suited for you? So someone, you know, ideally that is your type, how often should they be willing to have sex with you? Does sex play that huge role for you?
Of course, because I'm there with a female right now, and every time we sex, it's like the place is on fire, you know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, literally, man.
So she's a
Different.
rider? She's your ride or die?
Yeah.
Okay.
She moan no more want her for moan. Loud enough, pan a level. Sometimes she cut it short. You understand?
Yeah.
She does different.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
understand.
So she's compatible. You have that
the girl, man.
compatibility with her.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Chad?
Sorry. what
Does
was the
sex
question?
does sex plays a role in deciding if someone is suitable for you? So we're still on, that type of partner that you're looking for that is suited for you. How important is sex for you? Like, does sex play that huge role
Oh
for
yeah,
you?
man, definitely. Definitely. If I don't enjoy sex with you, I'm not gonna do with you. It makes sense. Sex is very important to me. If you're not gonna do it every day, it's very important to me. So if it's not good, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's not gonna work.
I have to say bye-bye.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
All right. I can work with that.
So do you think it's important to tell someone, you're not my type? Like, if you realize that, things are not working out, do you say, you're just not my type, or do you find another reason to break things off?
No, man, tell her, brawling, man.
What?
Yeah, man. Be honest, man, and lie, man.
So if somebody's not your type, what you say to him?
Not disrespectful, though. Like,
Okay, because I wanted to hear how,
no, sweetheart, like, we're not, we're made for each other, so. oh, yeah, big up, yeah. Me, I tell her, brawling, man, say, baby, we're not made for each other, so. If it not work, I'm not going to force it. And I know, say, yo, I'm not going to have no love for you, I'm not going to find none in my heart for you,
But before we go, when I want to ask you, nobody ever tell you, say, you're not their type?
Of course.
Or you
Yeah,
feel?
man. No, I'm not feeling that way. I'm not going to find my type.
That is it.
Yeah, I'm going to find my
That is
type.
it.
All right, you are listening to JASL After Dark on the Bridge 99 FM. We'll be right back.
What Blackstar said? Jostle after dark. Jostle after dark. Jostle after dark. What you on talking at the day? At the night part. Jostle after dark. Jostle after dark. Jostle after dark. What you on talking at the day? At the night part.
All right, welcome back to JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica Aid Support for Life on the Bridge 99 FM. So tonight's topic, you are just not my type, with health promotion specialist Mr. Chad Morgan, tourism agent Miss Nasisha Gardner, and dancehall artist Chinaman. Now, before we get back into that discussion,
That's fine.
we are joined by Dr. Philip Coombs for our Safe Zone Health Check.
Welcome, Doc. How are you tonight?
Good night. I'm doing good. It's good to be back.
Nice having you. So, Doc, we have been talking about attraction and what makes someone your type. So, I want you to tell us, does biology determine who we are attracted to?
Let's say to some extent, medically speaking, biologically speaking, yes, you are attracted to different things in people. As human beings, there's actually studies that have been done where you actually, or people have been investigating certain hormones that will make persons attracted to what they like or so on, and try to investigate what brings a person to like somebody in particular. What they found is really that there are different antigens in the blood that they actually allude to causing a type of attraction towards somebody. It's called major histocompatibility antigen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
I learned something tonight.
Right. Or you can call it also the human leukocyte antigen. Basically what it is, it's just different things in the body. It's a part of your immune system, and what these things actually do is that they help in the fighting off of foreign bodies that enters your bloodstream, to recognize if something is wrong, like a bacteria and so on. But they've also found that there's another function of these things, and that is actually for you to see how attracted you are to somebody. And apparently, the more opposite you are to somebody else's antigen, the more likely you are to be attracted to them.
So when them say opposite,
that's
a real
true.
thing.
It's real.
That's right. So
That's
that's
a
the
balance.
biological aspect of things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Doc, speaking of biology, we want to talk about some STIs, right? And gonorrhea is a common STI.
Yep.
A lot of times you hear young men say, them get shot.
Yep.
What exactly is gonorrhea?
Right. So gonorrhea, is something very important that we need, that the young population, everybody in general, needs to be aware of. It's a sexually transmitted infection. It is caused by a bacteria, and it is caused through sexual contact. It doesn't have to be through ejaculation. It just can be through sexual contact, penis to vagina, rectum as well, and also through the mouth. So you can get infections in the throat, the penis, the vagina, the uterus, what them call the womb, fallopian tubes, and also the anus. So yeah, that's something that it's very significant, very common as well. I think it's like the second most common infection sexually, in terms of sexual transmission. So that is something that everybody should know and be able to recognize. Even though when I talk about recognition, half of patients are not symptomatic, so they don't have any symptoms.
We don't know.
Right, and it's mostly for the
So how do you know if
females.
you have it though?
Right, so you can get tested, one, and also you can also have symptoms of gonorrhea. And these symptoms include like burning and passing urine. That's what we always tell our patients. So if you notice that when you're passing your urine, you have a burn, male or female,
Not a good.
that's not a good sign. Also, you can have a discharge. It is white, can be white or green or even yellow. And that is one sign that you could be infected with gonorrhea, and it's something important. And on that note, before I forget, I just want to say that if you think that you have something unusual, whether it is a rash, a discharge, an itch, pain on urination, we advise you to hold off from sexual intercourse or actions or activities until you get treated or you go to a medical professional and get that sorted out.
How can we treat it since you said get treated?
Antibiotics. So that's what we normally recommend. Usually it's a third generation cephalosporin. You guys might not really be familiar with that, but it's basically an IM or an intravenous injection of an antibiotic, which has been shown to be very effective. Usually a one shot, and it can take up to 5 to 7 days for you to be, asymptomatic or have resolution of your symptoms.
Okay.
So who's at risk of contracting gonorrhea?
Once you start have sex, once you're having sex, you're at risk. I mean, if
Once
it's
you're sexually active,
unprotected, sexually active, more than one partner, they've also documented, based on evidence, that males who have sex with males are at a higher risk as well. Younger population as well, between the ages of 15 and 15 and I think 24. Right? That's the age group that is more common within. So those are persons who they try to target in terms of screening and asking them to be more vigilant in terms of their checkups and their symptoms and so on.
So for pregnant women, is it something that can be passed on to the baby, or what should pregnant women do?
I'm so happy that you asked. This is some good information here and good questions going on, because it can be passed on. If you are actively infected with gonorrhea, you can actually pass it to your newborn. So it's recommended that pregnant women are tested for gonorrhea. What can happen is that the actual bacteria, it doesn't usually live long outside of the body, but it can be passed through the channel of where the newborn is coming through.
Also during childbirth.
During childbirth, and what can happen? It can cause blindness. It can cause blood infection
To the child.
To the child.
Okay.
Sepsis, what we call
sepsis. Yeah.
Right. And yeah. So it's very important. It's very significant.
Is it treated the same way for the baby?
Well, it is for adults? It is, but we more deal with prevention, than going through that whole process of trying to take care or treat the baby. But yes, it can be treated.
Okay.
All right. So you said that if you realize that you have these symptoms, it's good to hold off on sex.
Yes,
but if I realize that I have gonorrhea and I've been treated, how long after should I wait to have sex?
Right. So again, it's really until you don't have the symptoms anymore. It can take up to 7 days, 5 to 7 days. But what's most important is that you get treatment. You get treated. You understand? So we always recommend, know your partner status, know your status, get tested. And if you do get tested, it's important for you to know that if you get tested one time, it doesn't mean that you cannot get gonorrhea again.
So you can get shot.
You can get shot more than once. You can. All right, so that's very important as well. Also, the more you get infected, and also the more you get this infection and do not treat it, it can lead to other complications.
That's what I was about to get to, worst case scenario. So, typical Jamaicans, so we're ignorant towards a lot of things, so you decide not to treat the gonorrhea, like what is a permanent or lasting impact. Typical Jamaican. Right. I'm going to just watch it and see what go on. I'm not ready to go to the doctor, or them try some home remedies and stuff like that. So what is the lasting
this is serious business now. Serious business, right? Because if you don't treat gonorrhea, for male and female, you can get infertility. So it can prevent you from having children in the future.
Okay.
For females, it can lead to something called pelvic inflammatory disease, which is an inflammation of all of your reproductive organs.
Right.
It can go into the womb, the uterus, and also to the fallopian tubes, where the ovaries and so on, and it can prevent you from actually getting pregnant in the future. You can get abscesses within the pelvis. You can get really bad pain. For the males, you can actually get an infection all the way down into the balls. Right? You can get something called epididymoarchitis. And actually that can prevent physically the sperms from getting
what is our word, doc? Like
ball sack, I don't know.
yeah, that word that just
Epididymoarchitis.
Yeah, man, epididymoarchitis.
Okay.
It's when you get you can feel the pain in the testicles.
The
Oh.
epididymis.
Right, there you go.
Calvin, they're learning tonight.
That is one major thing. Additionally, untreated gonorrhea also causes an increased risk of developing prostate cancer. It has been proven, yes. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. Prostate cancer, as well as I said infertility.
Infertility, prostate cancer.
Yeah. Yep. And also, if it's not treated, you can also get infections outside of the reproductive system, such as knee infections and infections in the blood and so on. So it's something very serious, something very important for us to know and be aware of and to recognize and to treat.
All right. How important is it to use protection when having sex and getting tested?
Well, I think that's the reason why I'm here, just to really help educate the public in terms of safe sex. A condom is what we definitely recommend in terms of using protection against sexually transmitted infections. So it's very important for persons who practice promiscuity or, just sexual intercourse in general. Use a condom. It's safe. It's something that we definitely preach to our patients, especially young adults who are involved in sexual activities. So definitely support it 100%.
There was that thing you said earlier, Doc, when you talked about the baby and how gonorrhea can cause blindness in the baby. So in adults, can it, so through oral sex and all of that, what else can gonorrhea infect?
Well, I mean, you can get, through oral sex, you can get a sore throat. It's a gonorrheal infection in the pharynx, which is the throat. But essentially, that's basically what so you can get symptoms in that regard. In terms of the blindness, though, I mean, I don't think that's well published in terms of symptoms of getting blind. If
It doesn't go that far.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other question for Doc? Anything else you'd like to say, Doc, that you think you may have missed out?
Well, I mean, again, the importance of it. Oh, another thing I want to say is that gonorrhea can also be, if you are diagnosed with that infection, it also can be shown that you can have another infection on board. About 46% of people who have gonorrhea can also have chlamydia, and chlamydia is another sexually transmitted infection. These things are really treated broadly. So, for example, if you come to the health center and you have one symptom or two symptoms and we think that it is one thing, you get treated for everything. And it's like a course of antibiotics that you normally get for maybe like about a week or two. It covers the different infections that can be seen with one, if you have one, like gonorrhea and so on.
So if you should go to the doctor and tell the doctor you want to get tested, like, is it like the executive exam that does everything?
It should be. Some health centers will offer an executive profile.
Okay.
But generally speaking, if you come in with symptoms of a sexual infection, you'll get a course of antibiotics, which should treat more than one infection. If you think you have only one, or the symptoms will recognize only one, you'll get treated for
everything.
Right.
Okay, that's
which is good.
Yeah. All right. So thank you, Doc.
No problem at all. I mean, it's my pleasure. I hope somebody learned something today.
Definitely. I learned a lot tonight. I learned a lot. I've never heard so much about gonorrhea in all my life.
Serious business. Yeah, man.
All right. So you are listening to JASL After Dark on the Bridge 99 FM. Gonna grab a snack and be right back.
What Blackstar said, JASL after dark. JASL after dark. JASL after dark. What you talking at the night part. JASL after dark.
All right, welcome back to JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica Aid Support for Life on the Bridge 99 FM. Now we're continuing our discussion on You're Just Not My Type with Chad Morgan, Nasisha Gardner, and Chinaman. So as we draw closer to the final minutes of the show, want to talk about compatibility. what would you say are some red flags when dating? If you see this at me, you know, say, yo, the person enough for me. What are some of those red flags?
Who wanna go first? Chinaman? You know the red flags?
Yeah, man, only a red flag, man.
Just give me a few.
All right. Just start talk to female and female and move like she know me a long time, you know. You don't really like that red flag. Let me do the.
When you say she know you a long time, in
Like,
terms of what?
She behave like what they already, you know.
Yeah.
So how you work with that, knowing that you're an artist and you're already out there? You're basically a public figure. So, you know, people are gonna already see you, know about you and stuff like that. How you work with that?
Yeah, that's why I'm not really go for the fans, you know.
Okay.
I go to the female them way. Like, I like certain female and say, you know me, and she be like, no, good. Want a female when I know
Yeah.
See, female them know me now, them a go all out, cause them just want on the waistline stay, you know. So I try to go for the female them way, not know me and, you know.
Okay, so that's the main red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Nasisha, what is your red flag?
Man are thirsty. Man as them meet you, them hungry, them a tell you what them go do, what them not go do. You never meet some man and say, no man, it's a man that just a come from jail and I like him did under the jail, him not get no water, him not get no sunlight, him not get no air, him not get no, him just mega do this and
So
mega
you
do
meet
that.
man nowadays you come where you meet and talk to
Just
and him
meet
say
you.
thirsty?
Him just listen
Him
to
not
me.
even have a bottle of water?
Him want this for eat, him a go do this, him a go do that.
But
And
suppose the man doesn't know
But-
what he want.
I'm gonna tell you.
Is it sexually you're talking or just
yeah,
regular?
sexually, yeah. That thirsty
Oh, but,
there.
oh, but what's wrong?
Everything
Yeah, the man
wrong.
doesn't know what he want.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I used to them man that were always I gonna tell you how them are gonna do this and do that. If you ever left yourself careless and drop and end up in them bed, the only thing I wake up, I go drop in a yellow span. The only thing I come out of that bed, they assault and disappointment. Anytime I meet a man, I gonna tell you, oh, I'm gonna do the things them.
Nah, do nothing.
it's-
Not a
Waste of
thing, no,
time.
waste
So
of
it's a
time.
red flag.
Red,
Okay.
red, red,
Got you.
And if I'm asking your body count, red flag.
Okay. You don't like that. Huh?
Body count, only man when I know what them, when I know how to do the things, concerned about how much money I have before them. If boy knows him a star your show,
In the business.
him not care how much star come before him. Him know him a star.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Chad?
One of the biggest thing for me is impatience. My partner must be very patient with me because I know me.
Chad, you sound like you're hard for deal with. Like you're miserable and you just
no man,
have
I can be, and
high
I no.
expectations.
No, I do that. I have very high expectation. I know exactly what I want. So
Okay.
that can be a lot for people. So you have to be patient with me. But yeah, we know sometimes we ignore the red flags. But yeah, that's one of the major red flags. I mean, people that are impatient and it just not gonna work for me.
Okay. Well, being that you're on that topic, may I have to ask you, like, what does a successful relationship look like for you? Can you come with a whole heap of things in a chat? Someone want to know.
So a successful relationship for me is me being happy, my partner being happy. We can do the things that me like. Yeah, people tell me something extra, yes, and it's fine because again, I can do everything with more for myself. So if you now come and support that and be a part of it and uplift it, nobody waste my time. So it's fine. So both of us should be able to like good nice places, me like do nice things. We must be able to do those things. We must be able to, again, even sexually, we must be able to have sex, be happy, or enjoy each other and those kind of things. Yeah. So it's happiness across the board.
Okay. Do you know, man, what a successful relationship look like to you?
When the two of us go for money, you know.
Yeah.
Money away, man.
Teamwork.
Teamwork and
Yeah.
you know, for you there with me now, watch this now.
Mm-hmm.
You there with Chinaman now and Chinaman want things.
Yeah.
Likewise, I said, I'm not going to with a female when I want nothing out of life, you get me?
Right.
So, the mindset where she have and the mindset where me have and them come together is like,
A force.
you know,
Mhm.
go feet and nothing can stop we and so that's that, a female, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that. Nasisha?
Well, for me, a successful relationship is when I feel emotionally reassured. I require a lot of reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
I like people, as I said, people are thoughtful, loving, affectionate. Once I have a person who is for me and prioritizes me and my needs, and we can have equal enthusiasm in our relationship and reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
That's my word for 2023. That's what makes me happy.
Okay, so how important is communication for you then? How
Oh,
valuable
very,
is it?
very. I'm the kind of girl that's gonna come to the relationship with a bar graph. I need a person of this. need a person of that. I need to be like this. I am very clear in my communication.
Okay.
I like to spell it out, write it out, sing it out, dance it out. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want.
So how often though you need to talk to your partner?
Why you know said this year I tell myself I'm not gonna talk more than 3 times. The 3rd time is the charm. You mean talk to them
Talk-
about
as in-
things that I want? or
man,
No,
yeah,
whatever
as in-
it
in
is,
terms of-
overall.
yeah,
No, if it's,
Communication.
all right, communicate about things that I want or things that I need. May I tell you 3 times this year I'm done. I stop the talking this year. But in terms of every day I have a talk, my partner have to talk to me every
day.
single day. Yes, I see something online the other day. If you have to talk to your partner, are you crazy? If you don't talk to me today, you better be dead or in a hospital. You have to talk to me every day.
Oh, wow. How you feel about that, Chinaman?
To me, I have my me time too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tear out the ears every day. You see me? I have tear out the ears every day.
And I want you to tears every day.
Only per hours in a day.
Yeah.
You can't have 20 hours to yourself for your me time.
Yeah.
4.
No, man, I give you 10, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see next 10 of mine, but some woman want the whole 20.
No, I don't want the whole 20.
No, I tell you, woman, the whole you talk a while ago, like I take out 1 extra 10 on the 20. I swear, believe me. To you
Sleep
explain
on
yourself,
phone and all these things.
Yeah, I'm sleep on the phone, I'm wake up for call you same time. My teeth have a brush, moms.
Yeah.
No, you never spend a whole day on the phone, but you have to talk to me every day. 24 hours must have passed, and you not talk to me.
No, I can't do every day talking. Cause remember, me have a studio, so I have a see about some of them talking there, you know, for both.
Well, I
You
guess what
can't
we're looking
text
at
me.
when communication is not
I'm not
always
listening, you
about
can't
over the
text me.
phone. Yeah, I was
You
just
can't
about to
text
get
me.
that.
You can't tie one letter to one pigeon foot and send me
No.
the letter on the pigeon foot.
My thing is that I mean
Done with you.
I think it's bare minimum. You guys don't have to talk the entire day, but I will.
Yeah, me can text her to you,
But why though? Why can't I go through my day and not talk to you?
That means I'm supposed to be a part of your life.
So
No, no.
for me, let me tell you, for me,
Because sometimes you can't take the botheration.
if I care about you, I want to know what's happening in your life.
Yeah,
right,
but
I want to see you okay. I want to see you eat. I want to see you sleep well. I want to see X, Y, Z.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, so
Me,
if
I got strongly
I will
disagree.
day pass and me not hear nothing about you.
Listen, all you have to have a message, me and say, listen, not in a really good space right now. Give me a look of time. If you're gonna miss a day,
Exactly.
tell me
Yep.
say you're gonna miss a day. Say, babes, give me 48 hours for regroup. But just silence, sir.
Yeah, that don't work. As
I'm
grown
not go.
adults, I mean, think you're supposed to in a relationship and you don't hear from your partner for an entire day. If some like as Nasisha says, you're unable to do it or you're unable to talk or something, say something. We expect yeah, do it.
Well, now which
Bare
one
minimum.
you live in? I go kindergarten. Me's not a grown adult. If I get up and I tell you good morning and have a productive day, you know, blah blah blah, kisses, whatever, and then I'm gonna talk back to you until probably me I go on my bed or probably me go on my bed get up another man again. Like
No, but that's a talk. You
That's a
communicate.
talk.
I know that you're
That's
fine.
talking.
no,
We're talking
I don't
about
communicate for the
talking.
day.
Yeah.
None
No,
at
that's
all.
fine. But I did hear from you.
We're
today.
talking say we're not
Yeah.
talking since 2 days ago. Me not hear no text.
No, 2 days look a bit, but I think 24 hours is good enough. If you don't hear from me for 24 hours, it's okay.
Me send
Me
out a
I
missing
call
person
it-
report.
I go call police.
Ah, Lord. So that I'm gonna bring you to the next question now. 'Cause if you're not here from me, probably think me a cheat, right? I want y'all to define cheating. And could you be with someone you know for a fact cheated in their last relationship?
Yes.
Like, if you know the cheat, you can be with them, right? Because you won't judge them from that, right?
No, I will judge
So what
them,
is
but-
cheating for you? Define cheating. Chinaman, what is cheating? Are you a cheater?
Yeah, man. Only for trouble, me give man.
Okay.
She said she love me, I'm love her. So I tell her next female the same thing. Say, me love you, na baby. But
Why you
now-
do it?
Right? Why am I cheat?
Yeah.
Cause
I want to know.
honestly, me don't know when I'm just.
You just want bad.
But just get a rush of me see new woman, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, like from me enter the room a while ago too, I get a little rush. But we have a load of part for next time. I now go down in the line, but I not cheat because I want to cheat. I just cheat because I feel like I'm young
And it's available.
yeah, and
Yeah.
when I reach certain age, it fear say you're one woman.
And settle down on one burner thing.
I say enough man have one woman and that one woman they give him hell. So,
So you don't want that to be you.
but
You
me have one
wanna,
woman now still in her.
oh.
Yeah, one woman me have
You're
now.
on here now.
Right
so.
now, right now, me reach a point now where me a cuss her and say she a cheat. Like, me I say, what go on? I'm not cheating man this. Don't for true. some things I'm hearing attack right now, like me I say, you know me I do them thing. I'm gonna like it, like me have a female now, I cuss her every day, baby girl, what you do? And furthermore, I call her, she have to hold up the camera in her ear and and spin the camera, make me see in her background.
Oh,
I wish man that where I go.
you see a shadow.
Yeah, But I feel like I just through my parry,
Okay.
Paranoid, yeah.
Probably things that you've seen and known and stuff like that.
And
Yeah,
the fact that him know him do things himself.
Yes.
And that too.
Yes.
And that too.
Yeah.
Cause them say when a man like me will always accuse, I just show me in a liar.
Oh,
Yeah,
which is
so-
understandable.
Yeah, or sometimes my chick her and I say, oh my baby girl, I'm a liar, man. But
You just say a tricker.
yeah, my chick her and say I'm a liar, but I know me a troublemaker. One at a time.
Hey. As I said that, do you like someone who can dominate you in the bedroom, or do you like a submissive partner? Because people like different things. I just want to know.
No, some of the time I just want to lay down, My mom's take over.
Yeah, so you want her to dominate you sometime.
Yeah, man, my mom's kind of different. So. Alright, girl, man. She
Like
just
that.
take over and she just dealt with it different.
Okay.
You don't understand. Man.
I understand totally. Listen, I understand totally. What about you, Chad?
Which one of the questions?
The one, if you want someone, would you like someone to dominate you, or would you like a submissive partner?
A mixture of both.
You want a balance?
Yeah, a mixture of both.
Okay. Nasisha?
I prefer to be submissive, but I can flip it. It depends on the person. But I prefer a balance, like what Chad said. I did try the dominating thing one time, and boy, I did have a little accident. It never really worked out so good. So I never tried back from that. So I pause it.
Well. The conversation is so sweet and spicy and all of that.
Very stimulating.
The time runs
I can't
through
get
the window
enough.
without you
Yes.
realize.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've come to the end of another show.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much to my guests, Nasisha, Chinaman, Chad, and
Yeah,
Dr.
big up.
Coombs, who was here earlier. Thank you so much for tuning into JASL After Dark this week, listeners and viewers. We'll be here, same time, same place, next week. JASL After Dark, brought to you by Jamaica AIDS Support for Life for your free HIV and syphilis testing and free HIV treatment.
All right. And you can follow your girl at Fetish Secrets LLC on all socials. Visit my website at www.fetishsecrets.com.
All right, up next on the Bridge 99 FM, Raga Shanti Live.